Hey everybody, this is Katie Byrne with Fox Weather. We are on the hunt. We are searching for places that could see a white Christmas. You may be able to see some very sparse flakes coming down in Syracuse, New York, where we are today. You could see we've got a gorgeous Christmas tree behind us, a beautiful downtown, but not a ton of snow. In fact, we had more snow on the ground yesterday, but some of it has melted away. We did have a quick hitting storm move through. I'll show you what it looks like in the city. It came down early hours this morning. We had a winter weather advisory start off around 1 o'clock, and then it's going to stay in effect till tomorrow. Warning drivers, hello, warning drivers about slick conditions out there. And of course, we've got millions of people on the roads heading somewhere for the holidays. Some people go somewhere warm, so maybe not Syracuse. Others go home. Maybe they're going to end up in Syracuse. But either way, people are heading somewhere for the holidays. More than 100 million are taking road trips to where they're going. And that's why there's this concern with slick conditions on those roads, too. We had the National Weather Service come out and tell people here, even though we're not looking at crazy snowfall totals with this storm, it still could get slippery out there because we have this wet, heavy, dense snow, and that creates slick conditions. So we actually saw crews put salt down on the sidewalks here earlier today. You can see some of what's left over as we have these little piles of snow left on the ground here in Syracuse, and no measurable snow just yet for us here today. West of us, they did have some more snow. Outside places like Buffalo and Elmira, New York, they picked up a couple inches, and then the snow from here is moving east, impacting some big cities like Boston and New York City, which is actually right around that time frame of getting that snow right now. The thing is, we warm up tomorrow, and anything that falls is likely to melt pretty much as quickly as it comes. So white Christmas, there is a real definition for it, by the way. The National Weather Service says a white Christmas, it counts when you've got an inch of snow on the ground. That doesn't look like we're going to have that in New York City, and maybe not even in places like Syracuse, because this is all we have when it comes to leftovers. But believe it or not, we've had a huge winter season already here so far. They've picked up 3.5 feet of snow at least in Syracuse so far this winter, and that's the fastest start to winter that they've seen in 9 years. So it is a big one. A lot of locals are talking about it as we have some more flakes coming down right now. Okay, we'll take it. And it sounds like the holiday music just started up over this ice skating rink here, which will fill up with people throughout the day. We talked to a bunch of them yesterday, but we just spoke with the chief operating officer here in Syracuse, who talked a little bit about how last year they ran into an issue here and all across the region when it comes to salt. They ran out of salt because of a nationwide shortage. This year, they say they have enough to get them through the season, but of course, with this early big kickoff to the winter, they're using some of that salt, as you can see on the sidewalk here. So something to keep in mind as we get into the season. It seems to be above average for a lot of places that I've been. This is my 8th snowstorm so far. This one, I think, has been the least exciting as far as the actual snow, because it really turned into more of a mixed precip situation. We had some freezing rain. We do have a little bit of flakes, but nothing sticking because we've been hovering right around that freezing mark. And that's the thing. The snow that does fall will end up melting because more than 260 million Americans are actually above average in terms of temperatures tomorrow, which is most of the country. A lot of people are going to be feeling a little bit warmer. So it's getting tougher and tougher to find a place with a white Christmas. The chief operating officer in Syracuse does say he's going to let this one count. This one with just a little dusting left on the grass, and we just have to let him have it, because I spoke with all the folks out ice skating yesterday. A bunch of people were here. They traveled over the weekend to get here, so luckily they're staying put and they don't have to drive anywhere with those slick roads a concern. They are all wishing, though, for this white Christmas. That's what everybody wants. A lot of people have traveled here from Texas and Florida and places that don't typically get snow, so they say if they're in Syracuse, yes, they want that snow when they have nowhere to go. One person, though, did tell me he doesn't want a white Christmas, and that's because he is a plow truck driver, and that would mean he has to work the holiday. So understandable, but still, we're holding out that maybe we'll get a little more out of this storm, this quick hitter for folks here in Syracuse. If you want to see if we get any more snow, which Yeah, it's possible. You can see still got some flurries. Stay with us on Fox Weather, on Fox News. We will be updating you all across all platforms on the weather that we're seeing, not only today, but all week. And not only this, but we have our Brandy Campbell over in California covering the flood threat there. So there's a lot of weather happening across the country. Not so much as far as big snowfall totals for us in Syracuse, but if we do see a change, you'll be the first to know. Stay with us.